Hello, welcome to La Excellence. Welcome to Kalam Mains Answer Writing Program. In this session, as you know, we are discussing the previous questions of various subjects. From today onwards, that is from 31st August onwards, for the next 10 days, we are going to discuss 10 questions on science and technology. Let us take the first question. This question is given in the year 2019. This is a short answer question. That is, this question is asked for 10 marks. That means we have to write it in 150 words. Now let us read the question. What is India's plan to have its own space station? That is first part of the question. Then, how will it benefit our own space program? So they are asking what is the plan and what are the benefits of it. That means there are two sub-questions given in this question. This is comparatively easier one because it is a static question. We need to write what is our plan for our own space station and what are the benefits of this particular mission. This comes under our GS paper 3 Science and Technology under the topic of space technology. Now let us see how to write the answer for this question. Here remember one thing. The one who writes the good answer reads the question at least twice. So, are we ready to write a good answer? If it is yes, then read the question again. What is India's plan to have its own space station and how will it benefit our Indian space program? That's the question. Two sub-questions are there. Now let's see the approach. When we read this question, what comes to our mind first? Okay, first space technology. In this chapter, we have this topic of space stations. In this space station chapter, we know that as of now, there is only one dedicated space station, that is International Space Station. ISS is there and China is building its own space station. So China's space station and India wants to build it by 2030. So all these things comes to our mind. Okay, India by 2030 we want to build this and there are many advantages of building this particular space station. But we have some limitations. As of now, with the present available technology funding, we can't build it. So there are certain limitations. All these things comes to our mind. Yes or no? But how should we prioritize? How should we start the answer? That's what we should think. So when we read a question, we should take 1 minute. We should take 1 minute on to think on how to start the answer, what to write and where to write. That is, we have 3 parts in the question. Introduction, body and conclusion. While writing the answer, we need to think on what to write in the introduction, what to write in the body, how do we conclude. These 3 things initially, after reading the question itself, you should plan. That's why we need to take 1 minute to plan on this. Okay, now you recollected all these points and you started writing the answer. How do we write? Shall we start the answer with the definition? Or shall we start the answer with the current issue? Or shall we start it with some report? How do we start? Let's see with an example. Let's take this question and let's take this model answer and let's see how one can start this answer. Now, see, okay, again read the question. What is India's plan to have its own space station and how will it benefit our space program? Right. Read the introduction mentioned over here. So ISRO's Vision Document 2025. ISRO's Vision Document 2025 has mentioned on human spaceflight program and interplanetary space exploration. And to fulfill this vision, government has announced our Gaganyaan mission. ISRO has announced Gaganyaan mission. And as a follow-up to this Gaganyaan mission, this dedicated space station is planned for 2030. So this is the introduction. So is it a definition based introduction or is it a current affairs based introduction or what is it? See, there is a link. ISRO's Vision Document 2025, it has mentioned some objectives. In these objectives, there is this dedicated objective called Human Space Flight Program. That Human Space Flight Program is under Gaganyaan mission, right? So after this Gaganyaan, when are we planning to go for this Gaganyaan? 2022. After this Gaganyaan, ISRO is planning to go for dedicated space station, because to build a dedicated space station, first we should have some missions like this. First we should send some astronauts to the orbit. They should come back safe. So all these things should precede the dedicated space station. That's why this student has started the answer like this. Now, what is the body? So in the introduction, we said that, okay, we need this program because this document has mentioned it. That's why ISRO has announced this program. Okay. Read the first part of the question. So what is India's plan? How are we going to execute it? So first of all, we should ask a question. Why a separate space station? Already we said there is this space station called International Space Station, yes or no? See, observe here. The student has underlined this one, International Space Station, because the student wants to highlight this point. That's why she has underlined it. Okay, by 2024, in between 2024 to 28, in between this period of time, International Space Station is going to be dysfunctional. So even if we are part of this program, will there be any use? No. That's why we want to build our own space station with the below features. See, you need not write these things in a sentence format, because the question is for 150 words, right? 10 marks, 150 words. So you need not write all these things in sentence format. You can write like this. Launch vehicle, GSLV Mark 3, weight, proposed weight, orbit, and estimated cost. Like this. Oh, okay, we have mentioned what are the features of this particular space station. Next, and why? So what is the primary objective behind this space station? We said this is the cost, these are the launch vehicles, etc. That's all good. But what is the primary purpose? It is to conduct the research under the microgravity condition. See, that's why the student has highlighted this word, microgravity condition. So we want to conduct experiments in the microgravity conditions which are not conducive at the ground level. So we want to go there and conduct the microgravity conditions. That's why the ISRO is planning to have its own Indian space station, our own space station. Then, what is the second part of the question? Second part of the question is asking us to write the benefits of this particular mission. We can write it in multiple ways. You can just write the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Likewise, you can just write the points, or you can write in a paragraph format just like this. But as we said, this is a short answer question. So writing paragraphs won't be feasible. So you write it as a point format, or this way. You can draw a diagram, benefits of this particular mission. So you can tell them that, see, there will be only one space station when ISS is gone. Chinese space station will be there. So it provides an alternative, and it helps in conducting the research for interplanetary missions. See, we want to go for our Sukrayan program, all these things. For them, it helps. For those projects, this particular project helps. And it enables India to be part of global space research, and space commerce sector gets boost because of this particular mission, because people think that, okay, India has capability, let's give our contract to this particular country, something like that. So that's why benefits of the mission, these are mentioned. How do we conclude? That's very, very important. How do we conclude this particular answer? See, the student has concluded by saying that there are benefits, but however, there are certain limitations such as funding issues, infrastructural issues, outer space training modules are not available. So if we want to achieve this ambitious goal by 2030, we need to overcome these limitations. That means in the same answer, the student has mentioned what are the details of this project, details of dedicated space station project, what are the advantages or benefits of the project, what are the constraints or limitations of the project. If you observe, in the question they have asked the details and the advantages, but they have not asked about the constraints. But why this particular person has written it here? As a conclusion, to make it as a comprehensive answer, the student has written this way. What does this tells to the examiner? examiner feels that okay, this person knows the benefits and this person is not blind about the program, this person also know that there are certain problems which needs to be solved. That means it is showing the positive attitude of the student, right? Don't think that writing limitations at the end reflects the negative attitude. It reflects the positive attitude because it is written in this way. How? Overcome the problems. It is not saying this program is not possible. Here the student is saying we need to overcome these problems. That means it is a positive conclusion. Remember one more thing. There is no one single conclusion or one single way of writing the introduction. In the mains answers, you can write the introduction and conclusion in multiple different ways. Each student is different. Each student writes in a different way. This answer represents one way of writing. We are not saying this is the best way. We are saying this is one way of writing the answer for this particular question. The PDF of the answer is available in the description. Please go through it once. If you have any questions, queries, please let us know in the comment section. We will be happy to answer them. In tomorrow's session, we are going to discuss on this. In tomorrow's session, so we are going to discuss the question that was asked in 2018. This is on biotechnology, biopharma. So please go through the content on this. We will discuss how to write answer on this question tomorrow. All the very best. Thank you very much.